Thanks so much, sir. I think it was a lovely session, and I mean, though I'm not a student anymore, but I had a lot of takeaways from the 3 hours. I think when I was a student, unfortunately, nobody ever guided us like this. There were excellent tips that Mr. Kapoor mentioned. Planning, I think you were very honest to mention that most of us fail to plan, and as students, I think the most important thing is how you plan. And sir mentioned that the next 5 years is kind of tapasya. For you, some of you've covered the one, it's just 3 or 4. So when I was thinking of what he's saying, I heard a lot of murmurs, 5 years, what is he saying? But just think, any other professional course that you may have done, hypothetically speaking, if I think of engineering. So I stay in a house of engineers, so just when I hear their story from childhood, so there are people who started studying, from class 8. My daughter's in class 8 now. I know so many of her, students, her friends who've started going to competitive professional coaching classes from class 8. As a chartered accountant now, when I was in class 8, I was completely clueless of what I wanted to do in life. I became serious about my course only when I started college. A doctor starts a similar, an aspiring doctor knows from class 6 that either it's the parent's dream, or if the student knows what he or she wants to do in life, from class 6 starts going to professional courses, starts going through these, coaching institutes. So he said 5 years of your youth. At times I feel the other professional courses take up quite a bit of your childhood days as well. Anyhow, if you, introspect on what you heard in the previous 2 hours, there were a lot of key messages, how to plan, how to write exams. He mentioned how you need to highlight. So just think about all the key learnings you had. On the course, some of you have been very honest. When I was thinking, when I was a student, we would go up to our seniors who would advise, kisse coaching lena hai, kisse kya lena hai, which is fair. So I know it's a risk, but maybe Ashish, what you can do for the benefit of them is maybe one day we could meet and maybe you could run them through any one chapter, any one lesson, and maybe that could be an eye opener, because it's unless and until you've done the course, it's very difficult for anybody to have that trust, which in my student life, for me as well, to trust the person where I'm going for a coaching would have been the deciding factor.
I completely agree. Trust me, the questions that you are asking, I would have had the same doubt. Everyone is going there, why should I change? She had the same doubt. 100%. You tell us when you want to see the entire software, what it has. The videos are already there on YouTube, on our channel. www.calearning.in. Videos are already there. You have to see how the entire thing comes together. Please come up to, when you are there next in the Connaught Place office, spend time with us. Spend time with Mr. Kapoor, Mr. Vikas, myself. We are there to help you and guide you for the whole thing. Otherwise, the entire videos are there. We'll do this whenever it's convenient with you.
Perfect.
And
so I've been lucky enough to see some part of the curriculum, so I'm quite convinced. But as students, maybe that will help them, because eventually, I've been in the firm long enough, and I've not heard of any other firm who would have invested so much time helping you, clear your exams. So otherwise, we would be just happy. Some of you, we've kept you from working on client deliveries because we wanted you to attend this. So you know that the firm's honest intention is to help you qualify your exams. Okay, so with that, Mr. Kapoor, Ashish, I'd like to thank you for being here.
Thank you, everyone.